Hey guys, welcome back to the High Point Land Series. This week we're going to talk about the unexpected expenses in land ownership. Whether you're buying land as an investment, whether you're going to farm it yourself, hunt it yourself, you're going to flip it, you're going to increase the property value for your portfolio, whatever it may be, we always recommend to buyers that are looking at land to be prepared for unexpected expenses. So first and foremost, if somebody's buying a property, we always, instead of saying, okay, you're approved for $700,000, you've saved the down payment money, you know what you want to buy, you're up to $700,000. Let's talk about some of the unexpected expenses that you might have on that property, and should we maybe scale that back and buy at $500,000 and look at properties that are back a little bit and just be prepared for some of those unexpected expenses. So just from personal experience, unexpected expenses, you can have property tax increases. If you come in and put up a nice cabin or a home on the property, you fix it up, you do a great job, just to find out that all you did was increase your property tax value, which increased your property taxes in the area. Property tax increases can be a pretty big increase in certain areas, and if you lose like ag exemption and you get classified as R1, R2, commercial, something else where there's not an agricultural exemption because the cattle came off or the tillable land came out of production, whatever it may be, making sure you have property taxes under control where they could increase. I've seen it, the highest one is I've seen property taxes increase 39% in 1 year on a property. So you want to make sure if you are non-homesteading or homesteading, if there's green acres involved, if there's any type of increases from a property tax standpoint, that you are prepared for that financial increase. Next in line is an interest rate that might go up, is a big topic right now. If you got in on interest rates at 2.99%, 3%, 3.25, 3.5 for 5 years or 3 years or 10 years, interest rates have obviously gone up. What's that payment going to look like when interest is 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 20% like we've seen happen in the past? Are you prepared for that financially if that were to happen? So be prepared for those things to happen. And then when they do happen, like interest rates going to 6, 7% right now on land, and let's say you're at 3.5, just run the numbers in an amortization schedule and figure out how much extra you have to pay today on that loan to make sure if it is at 7% by the time it matures in 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 years, whatever it is, just to be prepared for already making that payment and getting yourself there in the interim before you're actually there and get in a financial situation where you can't afford it. If you could refinance it at that time or do something to restructure your payment at the interest rates based on the equity that you have paid over the course of time being reduced by your principal reduction side of the payments. So interest rates could be one of those. Other things that can increase, you have a culvert washout, you do a pond project and the pond doesn't hold water, you do a building projects and there's some kind of settling or concrete prices go up or rock or equipment or fuel or diesel or whatever. You always have to be prepared for a little bit of extra space in land. You have the weather working against you. You have animals working against you. You have neighbors and trespassers and other folks like that potentially working against you. You have chemicals getting sprayed on neighboring properties that might affect your crops if you're buying an orchard or some type of property that is organically certified that can't have certain chemicals. You have bugs. You have lots of things that happen on land that when you look back are probably fun and exciting and things like that, but when you're in the trenches of that, they can be very frustrating and very unplanned and very expensive. So when you're looking at a farm, just remember that there's unexpected expenses that could definitely come up. Water, weather, animals, neighbors, road access, all these things can change, and be financially prepared with some type of nest egg or some type of future plan or insurance where you can try to cover those potential losses. And if they don't happen, and the sun's always shining and blue skies and nothing but cash flow and profit from your land and appreciation, that's what we all dream of, and that's what happens a lot of times in land, and there's nothing there to be concerned about. However, a lot of times it does happen, and we want you to be financially prepared for when those things do happen and are inevitable in time with a lot of land transactions.